Ever pondered how much of his brain Einstein really used? This question often leads us to one of the most enduring myths of the human brain, that we only utilize a mere 10% of it. A myth that, despite its lack of scientific support, has found its way into the annals of popular culture, and continues to be believed by many. So, how did this myth originate? The roots can be traced back to the early 20th century, with misinterpretations of neurological research or ambiguous statements made by psychologists and brain scientists. Some suggest it was a misunderstood quote from Albert Einstein himself, while others point to William James, an influential American psychologist, who once stated that we are making use of only a small part of our possible mental and physical resources. This 10% claim has been further perpetuated by the media, appearing in movie plotlines, self-help books, and motivational speeches, often used as a tantalizing promise that we could become superhuman if only we could unlock the remaining 90% of our brain's potential. However, what this myth fails to acknowledge is the staggering complexity of the human brain. Composed of approximately 100 billion neurons, each connected to up to 10,000 others, the brain is an intricate network of connections. Every part of the brain has a known function, and even during sleep, all areas of the brain show some level of activity. Moreover, the concept of using our brain is not as straightforward as it might seem. Brain activity doesn't equate to mind activity. Different tasks require different parts of the brain, and not all parts are active at the same time. It's more accurate to say we use 100% of our brain, just not all at once. So, where does the myth of the 10% brain usage come from, and did Einstein really use more of his brain? As we delve deeper into this subject, prepare to challenge what you think you know about the human brain and its incredible, yet often misunderstood capabilities. Surprisingly, the 10% brain usage belief is a mere myth. This line has been echoed far and wide, gaining a sort of infamy in the world of neuroscience. But what does science actually say about this? If we delve into the realm of neuroimaging technologies, we find some fascinating insights. Techniques such as magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and positron emission tomography, PT, scans reveal a much different story. These technologies, which allow us to visualize brain activity, show that even when we're at rest, there is no part of the brain that remains inactive. Yes, you heard it right. Even when you're just lounging on your couch, daydreaming about your next vacation, your brain is buzzing with activity. So, where did this 10% myth originate? The origins are unclear, but it seems to have been fueled by a misunderstanding of neurological research, or perhaps by the metaphorical interpretation of the pioneering neuroscientist Carl Lashley's works. However, it's important to note that no serious neuroscientist would endorse such a claim. The human brain, a marvel of nature, is far more complex and versatile than this myth suggests. Now let's talk about the concept of brain plasticity, another nail in the coffin for the 10% myth. Brain plasticity, or neuroplasticity, is the brain's ability to adapt and change as a result of experience. It allows us to learn new skills, recover from injuries, and adapt to all sorts of challenges. This ability of the brain to reorganize itself and form new neural connections throughout life is a testament to its extensive use and versatility. So if we're not using just 10% of our brain, what's the actual figure? Well, it's hard to quantify exactly, as the brain's usage varies by individual, by task, and even by time of day. But it's safe to say that we use virtually all of our brain, just not all at once. Therefore, we can safely conclude that we use much more than 10% of our brain. The next time you hear someone touting the 10% myth, you'll know better. With science as our guide, we can debunk the myths that hold us back and embrace the wonderful complexity of the human brain. So, if we all use more than 10% of our brains, what made Einstein so exceptional? This question has intrigued scientists for decades, leading to the examination of Einstein's brain after his demise. Following Einstein's death in 1955, his brain was preserved for scientific study. Contrary to what you might expect, Einstein's brain was not significantly different in size or shape from the average human brain. It weighed about 3 pounds, just like yours or mine. But what set Einstein's brain apart were unique features in certain areas associated with spatial cognition and mathematical thought. One of these areas was the parietal lobe, a region of the brain responsible for visual spatial cognition, numerical understanding, and proprioception, which is the sense of the relative position of one's own parts of the body. Einstein's parietal lobe was 15% larger than average, which could have contributed to his extraordinary conceptual and mathematical abilities. Furthermore, Einstein's brain had an extra ridge in the mid-frontal lobe, a region associated with planning, attention, and memory. This unique structure could have enhanced Einstein's ability to focus and remember complex mathematical formulas. Interestingly, another difference was found in Einstein's corpus callosum, the thick bundle of nerves that connects the two halves of the brain. It was significantly thicker in Einstein's brain, suggesting a greater degree of communication between the two hemispheres, possibly leading to a higher level of integrated thinking. These findings underscore the fact that our brain's structure and the specific connections within it play a significant role in shaping our abilities. It's not necessarily about using more of our brain, but rather about how our brain is uniquely structured. In the case of Einstein, it seems that his extraordinary genius was less about the percentage of his brain that was active, and more about the unique features of his brain that facilitated his incredible abilities in physics and mathematics. Einstein's genius, therefore, was not about using more of his brain, but rather how uniquely his brain was structured. If we all use 100% of our brain, can we all become geniuses like Einstein? This question is a fascinating one, isn't it? Let's delve into the relationship between brain usage and intelligence to answer it. Firstly, it's important to clarify that intelligence is not solely based on brain usage. Yes, you heard that right. The percentage of brain we use doesn't directly translate into how smart we are. This is akin to saying that the person who uses more of their lungs by breathing harder is somehow a better athlete. It's not about how much we use, but rather, how well we use it. Genetics, for example, plays a crucial role in shaping our intelligence. Just like how we inherit our parents' eye color or height, we also inherit their genes that influence our brain development and function. In fact, studies have shown that around 50% of our intelligence is inherited. In addition, our environment and education also significantly impact our intelligence. Growing up in a stimulating environment that encourages learning and curiosity can foster intellectual development. Similarly, a good education can provide us with the tools and knowledge needed to maximize our intellectual abilities. But don't be disheartened. We can all maximize our brain potential, regardless of our genetic predisposition or current intelligence level. How? By learning new skills, which stimulate new connections in our brain, by keeping mentally active through puzzles, reading, or even engaging conversations, and by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and enough sleep are all essential for optimal brain function. So, can we all become Einsteins if we use 100% of our brain? Probably not. But that doesn't mean we can't strive to be the best versions of ourselves. By understanding and nurturing our brain, we can unlock its potential and boost our intelligence. While we may not all become Einsteins, we certainly can boost our brain power. In conclusion, the human brain remains one of the most fascinating and complex organs in our body. It's a marvel of nature, a testament to the mysteries of life that we are still unraveling. Let's take a moment to recap what we've discovered today. We started by debunking the popular myth that humans only use 10% of their brains. This myth, while pervasive, is not grounded in scientific fact. In reality, we use virtually every part of our brain, and most of the brain is active almost all the time. We then delved into the intriguing case of Albert Einstein, whose brain, contrary to popular belief, wasn't markedly bigger or structurally different from an average person's. Yet, his intellectual capabilities were extraordinary. This is a testament to the fact that it's not the size or the percentage of the brain we use that matters, but rather, it's the connections and pathways within the brain that determine our cognitive abilities. Next, we explored ways to maximize our brain's potential. This includes maintaining a healthy lifestyle, engaging in regular physical exercise, and keeping our minds active through constant learning and intellectual challenges. All these activities enhance our brain's ability to form new connections, improve memory, and boost cognitive functioning. Importantly, we underscored the significance of ongoing research in neuroscience. Our understanding of the brain is continually evolving. With every new study, we uncover another layer of complexity, another piece of the puzzle. The brain, in all its intricacy, continues to inspire and challenge scientists around the globe. So, as we continue our journey of discovery, let us remember that the true power of the brain lies not in the percentage we supposedly use, but in the incredible potential it holds. It's about the connections we make, the knowledge we acquire, and the curiosity we nurture. And remember, it's not about how much of your brain you use, but how you use it that truly counts.